Hey, I think that's us, guys.
Okay.
I got the notification for it, so I think so.
Make no sudden moves.
Free.
Boy howdy. It did not want us to do this today, did it? Good God. It did not want us to do. Oh God, you just had me double up on myself right here. Okay. Whew. Prayer circle. That my laptop manages to handle this for at least half an hour.
Yes.
Mel's just crashed out by the looks of it.
No.
Yeah, you super have. You're just
you did.
now, my friend.
Okay.
This weird is like, oh.
I'm not touching anything. You're just gonna have the voice of Mel, who is now the Skype logo. That's where we're at. Hey Ash, Alicia's on. You're not having a good time today. No, it's real fighting us. We tried to load it on through Mel's laptop. It was having none of it. So I downloaded and installed XSplit, which is what we use to stream. Oh, Mel's back. And then it didn't want to do it on mine, so we messed around on all the settings, and then this is why it probably looks like it is currently being streamed to you on a high quality root vegetable. We got there, but I don't think any of us will unclench until we're like a good half hour in. The fear is real.
It's very real.
A technologically good day. It's not. We've now lost Blair, who is now become the Skype circle.
Restart your video, Blair. Restart your video.
Oh my God.
Spanish Grandma is saying hi. Shade is saying hey, and Ash is laughing at us. Well, I'm glad someone's finding it humorous, because we are doing a mighty struggle. This is brought to you from Luke's new flat. Now through on the west coast again. Blair's having a breakdown. Dad is also here somewhere, but I think she went to go get snacks because, well, we've been trying to do this for the last almost 2.5 hours, trying to get live. So hopefully you guys will appreciate that.
I felt that we all had to like stay very quiet because there's loads of audio issues with it.
So we're all, it's kind of like Bandursnatch but with a little bit of ASMR. We're just keeping it nice and quiet. Nice
I'm
and
feeling that right now. Why am I not back yet? What's happening? No!
Lee is saying, hey guys, and wow, a full room. We're trying real hard.
I think that's why I didn't like it.
And then Ash is saying, I will always laugh at you. And we're like, I guess we're here to bring you joy, regardless of how you take that.
Am I back? I don't know. I can't tell. I've turned my video on and off again.
Shade is saying, oh lord. Yeah, that's kind of just where we're at too, my friend. Like, we're just happy that you're seeing as much as you're actually seeing. Because it was looking suspiciously like we were going to have to bottle it again. One of these days, we'll be able to afford real computers. But that is not, that was supposed to be this year, but then I had to move and buy furniture, so that's kind of been put on pause a little bit. But hopefully sometime this year we'll get a nice computer with a big chunky NVIDIA graphics card.
I might upgrade to like if you to save for it first.
That will be able to handle streaming at all. Because at the moment we're not doing so great. So the plan had originally been that Mel was going to work through working on Yasha.
I'm actually working on Yasha.
Mel is working on Yasha because she's actually getting what she planned to do today done. Show off.
Trying.
Yeah, Blair's now just a Skype logo. I wish we could say it was sponsored. It's not.
I don't know. Maybe if they sponsor us, do you think they'd work?
I don't think it's. I don't think it's.
Skype.
For once, it's not Skype's fault. It's some very old laptops doing what should be done on some more high-end equipment than what we currently have. One day, when we have money,
Never know.
That's like a funny joke.
yeah, one day.
One day.
So yeah, Debbie was working on something, but she's left. So
Well, Debbie's here. I can see Debbie.
I super can't.
Debbie's not in.
Debbie is there.
Debbie's on.
Debbie, restart your video.
Here, but on my phone she doesn't exist, and neither do I. On my phone.
Yeah, because. Who? Never heard of her. I mean, yeah. I feel that.
Have I returned to the land of living?
It's really spooky because you're not there, but I can hear you. Mars is saying, hi Mars, welcome to this hot mess of a live stream.
Also, like, sometimes you have
room of Debbie, Blair, who's turned into the Skype logo, Mel, who's the only one actually managing to craft, and me, who's just willing this stream to keep going just a little bit longer.
Like, click onto the Skype window and then click back onto XSplit. Sometimes it does a little thing where it doesn't like you.
Wait, it seems to be updating on my phone. Hold on. Possibly.
Oh, it's that one Daydream. Oh wow. Yeah, if you change your name, I'm never going to work that out. I'm not very good. So Mars is that one Daydream. Hey,
okay.
Friend. Alicia is saying Skype logo may just have to replace Best Bander. Skype logo is never going to be better than Alfie though.
Never better than Alfie.
Apparently Blair is being a creepy boy. Ash is requesting that we don't cry craft. Oh, Blair!
What? You found me?
Blair. I don't know. You're on XSplit now, so soon you will see Blair, hopefully on YouTube. He should be coming. Debbie still doesn't exist. Debbie is still gone.
I've seen myself! Oh my god!
Daydream is saying, I've been sick for ages, so it's nice to have some entertainment. Oh, I hope you feel better soon. I've just been incredibly busy recently, so I haven't been able to sadly get on to live streams and stuff. But hopefully that is all about to change, whether or not the computer can handle us having as many people on.
I started watching it and just went, because I remember the actor who plays Klaus in Misfits, And I was just like, he's just basically playing the same guy but American.
Familiar.
Yeah,
I never watched Misfits, but I was on the internet for the memes. I thought he looked
But he basically plays exactly the same character.
Basically, yeah. Except this time he's not in an orange jumpsuit.
Yeah. He's not Irish.
Klaus is a good lad.
Apparently we're having the loading circle of death.
Cut a lot of corners on how I'm going to do bubble, like it's like the one that I want to make, but it'll be something, and then I'll do like my shirt. Fudge, I need to work out how to dye those arm socks.
Yes.
So I will probably
polyester dye would work.
Well, it's making sure that they're similar enough to the me colour.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't even know if, like, even if the paint would actually work, like the actual face paint.
I guess I can give it a go. Because I wanted to use fabric paint to do like his tattoos. Because boy, I'm gonna have to paint those on.
But see if you could get like the base layer correct to your skin, so either using the makeup or using the fabric paint and mixing the colour.
Well, I figure what I'll probably do is do a base dye on the hands, so that it's like a colour, and then I would probably paint on the tattoos, and then on the bits that were still purple around that.
Is that Alfie I can hear?
Yeah.
It is!
Best friend is here for his machine time.
Loudest now.
He's very wet. You can not say.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
It's the best bander.
He doesn't want to say.
Off he goes.
And then use like the body paint to like even out the skin tone around it, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So there'll still be a bit of paint on me, but like not as much.
What is the chat saying?
Yes, we've been watching Umbrella Academy. Klaus is the best.
His trousers are damn gorgeous.
Critical Role wearable by Brum MCM, which I need to basically do everything for.
So do I. So.
You have a lot more of your costume ready than I do. I have a pair of boots right now. No, that is a very Molly thing to do. It's just I've just got my wing and boots. That'll be it.
It's all you need.
The most Molly mock of cosplays. Just show up in your boots and a wig. It's fine. Wear clothes. That's not the Molly mock way.
Yeah, like I've got a lot to do to even just get her to wearable, because I've got this to finish of some description. Lining is interesting, don't think you've ever seen. I've got this to finish, I've got like a cloak to make essentially from scratch. So,
but you know how to do her cloak?
I do. Luke helped me figure it out last weekend. So I've got a cloak to do. I need to go and buy some more ribbon actually. Possibly buy some more lining for the cloak.
You got all your fur?
I have got all my fur. It's down there somewhere. Hang on. Find it.
I think for once I've got most of my boys ready. I mean, I'm currently wearing
going on?
What I'm going to be doing for MCM. And the other one's sat in front of me, so...
Right, well, I have a camera. See it, right, okay. So I have one blue bit of fur that came from China because they told me it wasn't going to arrive until like forever, and then they sent me a message, and then it was the wrong message, so I actually got it through anyway. It doesn't matter because I still need something on my boots. And then I have the nicer bit that was a bit more expensive. You can't see on the camera, but it is actually nicer quality. So I'm going to use that as like the base for the cloak, and then like attach it to that, and then tie it underneath. Yay!
Yay!
You're gonna look really cool.
I'm so hyped to see.
Hopefully. And then this can be used on top of the boots, because it was like, well, I need that anyway to go on the top of the boots. Like yarn and do it like that, but that would take forever. And also Luke was like, why don't you just do this? And
Why
then
don't
literally
you just do it the easy way?
Yeah, because it's got a lining on it, so just unpick the lining, put the cloak like underneath, put the lining over the top, essentially stitch it onto the lining, rather than like having to faff about with the fur, because obviously the fur won't go through the machine.
Yeah.
But like I've just had to hand sew all this trim on, because it's too thick to go through the machine. It's platty boys, but I have got a strap and it does work.
Yay!
And it's really, hopefully, well done, because I had to hand sew it on, which for me is always a little bit like, that's the bit that's holding the thing up. A little bit fear. Needs to be, I'll just safety pin it to my bra, that's fine.
I mean, if in doubt.
Just body tape everywhere. That's going to be me. Just artfully arranged open shirt.
Oh, they arranged body tape. Body tape for days. We're going to have such a body tape, like, room.
Yeah, I think my plan is to wear Molly on the Saturday and probably casual Vax on the Sunday. Or depending if I can get stuff super cheap or find bits that I already have that would kind of work for Vax, then I might do like semi-canon Vax. It'll depend. But I figure that'll be the easiest one.
But you've already kind of got, well, you've already got one of two cloaks for Vax anyway.
Well, the thing is, I'm only gonna be able to take my small case because I have to travel down from work. And I would need to take my just because of where I work now, I would need to take my case through work security. So this, if I have a smaller case, I'm less of an asshole.
That's fair.
And I'm less likely to get.
But even if you just use
through,
even if you just use your little black cloak, like your knot cloak.
Yeah, like I've got options. Or I was gonna just not do a cloak if I didn't do the end of my sentence. If I didn't do the end of my sentence, I was gonna do that.
Well, you could also, like, if you have bits that you need to put, like, I'm sure Blair would be able to take some bits for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit.
I've got the old Fenris one, which has got the burns and stuff at the bottom, which is only one layer.
There you go.
I could just loop some ribbon through the bits that would attach onto the breastplate and just tuck that on up and up. There's options. We got options, guys.
We got options.
So if you do Vax, I might take Vex down, because she's real comfy as well.
I am thinking Villain Deku for Saturday, and then casual Todoroki for the Sunday. So, it should be fun.
Is Todoroki the one that you're doing the wig for at the moment?
Yeah, Todoroki's this hot icy boy.
Good, Blair.
The wig's alright, but I'm hoping that what I'll do with the casuals, I'll just put on a beanie. Yeah. Because this is shedding like no one's business, and I'm just going to buy a Coscraft and just dye half of it, because this is... yeah. I took the other Deku wig that I bought out of its packaging, took one look at it, went nope, and put it back in again. So that's how well that went. But this is just the Coscraft one that I'm going to be filming video later, and then I'm going to be styling and dyeing this one later on. So.
Why are you dyeing it? Is it not the right colour?
It's the right colour, it's just I want to add in all the highlights and stuff like that into it. Because
I use powder for that, to be honest. Just that's how I do it anyway. I use if I'm adding like darker hairlines and stuff, I always just use eyeshadow.
I've already got all the Sharpie stuff like to be able to do it like properly, so we might as well do that.
As I've always said to y'all watching, there's 1,000 ways of doing everything, and everyone will have their preferences for how they do it.
Like, I was trying to figure out how the heck I wanted to do this, like with the little flat bits, because it's like I could do so many different. I could have done it out of like yarn, I could have done it out of just a different material together. And then I was like, hang on a second, this has got a slight stretch it. Like that will go and it will do this and it will stretch enough to go over my head. So I'm like, cool, I'll use that. It's the same material, it's literally just the scraps of it.
Yeah.
And now I'm just doing like a bit to go down the sides, because like she's got like slits up the sides that I'm putting flats around.
Yeah, I really like to just style the front of this, which I've already done. It sits nice. So it'll do for this month. And then after Insomnia, when I'll go back to my anime boys, then I'll get a proper wig and learn how to dye a wig.
But the interesting thing as well is that like you can always upgrade stuff for a cosplay. Like you don't have to wear like the finished cosplay every time. I mean, look how long it took me to get Cassandra to where I'm happy with her, and even now I'm like, I want to remake the dress play. So I'm like,
Cassandra, the never-ending project.
Yeah, basically.
I think it's just all of our Dragon Age cosplays tend to be the never-ending projects, to be honest. Certainly me with my Inquisitor. He will finally be finished at some point, I don't know. What is happening in the chat?
Not a lot, it's a wee bit quiet just now.
We were quite late on, so... Yeah. Right, there we go, that's one end on. I'm just like sewing up the end of this part so that it doesn't come undone. So many different, like...
there's still priority entry weekend tickets left. I've not completely screwed myself.
Yay! I mean, to be fair, there's usually priority day tickets at least, so you just get 2 priority day tickets.
I know, but they're slightly more expensive.
Alicia says that they have a question.
We might have an answer.
Yeah!
What's the question?
I don't know, they've just said I have a question, they haven't written anything else yet.
They're fully writing it now.
They probably are. There we go. Do you think that getting a wig is worth it? Does it really change the look of the cosplay that much?
Yes.
Put it this way, I've done...
few characters I would ever use my natural hair for. And it tends to be looking back on them that the only times I ever really use it is if I have side shave. So like things like Creme, where essentially like I had an undercut right round and just the hair slicked straight back, was my own hair. Things like Percy, when again it was really shaved close in, and with like Dorian, when it was really shaved close in round like sort of sides and the back. that's basically the only time I would use my own hair. Is if there was like a really close cropped undercut. But apart from that, I would always rather wear a wig, even if it was literally a character who had the same style of hair as me. You can tell when someone's, like, even if you're wearing a really good lace front, it's always going to looks natural. It's always going to look better than someone's hair, because there's more hair as well as the plastic fibers in a wig will. Like, there's 101 like little bits that just make it look a little bit cleaner and more cohesive.
To the same token though, like, I've done quite a lot with my natural hair, because obviously I had very dark hair that was like, well, it was like bob length, and then it kind of went to about this length. And I've used my natural hair several times, because if it matches the character like pretty much exactly, I'll use that, because I'd rather do that. But you know, I've got Sirius, for example, has got so many where it's my natural hair, because literally we're at Cobb and you guys all went to me, you've got shorter hair now, why don't you just fluff up your own hair and do it that way? And I was like, heck yes.
Yeah.
And again, I had a side shave at the time, so it was like, oh yeah, okay, that works for the character. But also, like, I've done, I'm trying to think now, I have done other ones with dark hair. I kept my hair dark for so long because I kept using my own hair. But essentially, like, I've had my hair red and used it for Mystique, but actually a wig looks better for that because it's very cartoony. And with next to the body paint especially, like, the wig looks a lot better than your natural hair, because trying to get that line right between your hair and the body paint is real hard.
I'd say the same. The characters that I've never really used my own hair for would be my Inquisitor, again because I had the undercut and it suited, or most recently would be Connor, but that was because I could not for the life of me find a wig quick enough in time, and thankfully I already had, like, my hairstyle was very similar to it, and I just used like hairspray paints to kind of get the same colour effect, because at the time my hair was half brown, half pink, so
pink, wasn't it?
yeah, like, again, it's one of those things where, like, a wig's always going to have more, if it's a good wig, it's always going to have more volume to it than your own hair is, and it's a lot easier to style.
Yeah. We were saying, actually, if I was going to do Caduceus, I was saying, because obviously he has pink hair, I was going to use my own hair, and then we were talking about, like, maybe putting extensions in as well, because obviously my hair is only, I mean, my hair's still pretty thick and pretty good, but it'll look better if it was, like, curly and long. So, you know, there's that. You can always do that as well, because I know, like, you've done that as well, like, for your Inquisitor, for example.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of hair extensions. I use them for Dorian as well. I use them for Dorian, and I use them for my Inquisitor. So I was looking at train prices for Birmingham. I was like,
oh, but you need to go through the NEC website.
Well, not if I get, because that's 20% off, isn't it? But would I also get my rail card on that?
It gave me the option of putting in a rail card, so quite possibly. It's worth a go.
That is worth a go then. I will check that later, because I managed to get it down to £45 return.
Nice.
To Birmingham.
Considering mine was 39 earlier.
Like, it would mean that I had to stay later on the Sunday. Oh no. With my friends. And it would mean I was in later for, like, because obviously I can't get time off work at the moment, so it would mean I was getting into, like, Glasgow at, like, 11 o'clock at night on a Sunday, so I would have to taxi back home, but fuck it.
Is that the 7:15 train by any chance?
Pardon?
Is that the 7:15 train by any chance? Back from Birmingham New Street.
Yep.
Guess who's on the same train, buddy?
Well, I haven't booked it yet.
On the same train as well. I've no clue. I can't remember what I booked. Alicia's asking a follow-up question. Where do you recommend getting your wigs from? It's for a taco cosplay, and I would like to only wear it a handful of times, and so would rather not spend a lot of money on it, as they have no clue where to start looking.
Okay, so this, like, it's taco. You could be doing literally anything with a taco wig. Like, I got my taco wig because in my head I was like, taco, Kesha. Like, that was the line that I went down. I was like, I want essentially Kesha. Kesha for me, and taco, but like early Kesha. Like TikTok era Kesha. Like everything's a little bit sticky and covered in glitter. But you know, you've worn your way into this makeup. That didn't start as a smoky eye, but it is now. That kind of... that strong, slightly crusty aesthetic, I was like, yes, that's taco to me. So I found one on eBay for that, and I think I paid maybe 18 quid. And it's really good, and might be coming back as another character later this year. So watch this space. I'm not going to spoil who it might be, but I'm thinking that will be finding a new character and getting worn again this year.
I've used eBay, but eBay is very hit and miss, I find. Like, I've had some real good experiences on eBay and some real bad experiences on eBay. But also, like, just Coscraft is if you just want, like, a wig that is going to do the job, but then you don't have to style too much, like, go for Coscraft.
Better.
This is a Coscraft, and it's...
Because that's Maru, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And oh my god, the amount... All this is just layers. It's so thick. It's amazing. Like, I swear by Coscraft wigs, without a shadow of a doubt.
They're also UK based, so they're not going to take 3 years to get here.
Yeah.
Which is another thing you're going to get, because obviously you can get some real cheap, like, eBay deals, but quite often they're coming from, like, China or Hong Kong, so they do take a little bit longer. Like, depends on when you order it and when you want it for. Coscraft are UK based, so they are a lot quicker. Arda are good, but they're really expensive for shipping because they're coming from the US.
And you'll need to pay import tax on it. So chances are you might see a gorgeous Arda wig, but you will pay 3 times the price of that wig to get it to your house.
Yeah. But I know, like, generally Coscraft, I prefer them because as well they've got really big, like, actual nets for keeping your hair in. Because essentially I've not got a big head, but I've got a lot of hair to put on that head. So, you know, it means I need a bit more space, and I know Bethan, like, swears by Coscraft and Arda because they've got bigger, like, head space.
Yes.
Which is good.
See, I have quite small heads, so I'm not too bad. I can get away with, like, doing up and, like, working on, like, a sort of cheaper Chinese wig, but it's, again, if you don't pay a lot, chances are you're most likely not going to get a lot. I think the cheapest wig that I've ever bought that's worked out okay has probably been my Molly wig, but if you kind of look at what that wig looked like when I got it and what it looks like now, they're completely different. I styled that a lot, and it's still needing a little bit more styling to get to kind of where I want it to be.
It's also where it's like, for me, I'm not great at wig styling, so if I can just buy something from Coscraft and it's pretty much how I want it, it's cool. Especially like longer wigs and stuff, because longer wigs you can find a lot more easily on eBay. But again, like, longer wigs, you tend to find that the cheaper ones will be quite thin and don't really have a lot of, like, weight to them at all.
Yeah.
You can put it on and I mean, it'll still do okay. Like, Alison's Lucius wig is quite thin, but like it works okay. And then she eventually replaced it with a Coscraft because she was like, it's better. I mean, I've had definitely had my fair share of very cheap wigs and very rubbish wigs, but eventually I've kind of gone into just upgrading them all to Coscraft.
I started Coscraft and never
you're
left.
not going to wear it again for Taco doesn't mean you won't wear it again for another character. Just because I think
I have one or two blonde wigs, so I don't really suit blonde.
I have quite a few blonde wigs, but they're all quite heavily styled.
Mm.
Oh, I'm going to actually do some work. Oh, crunch was my entire situation.
No.
I don't suppose I've reappeared by any chance?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
Oh, no,
you have on Skype.
The Skype bit now, which you were
before,
but you're still decidedly not present anywhere else.
Okay, well,
Like, we are getting ready slowly for Birmingham. But yeah, we also haven't seen each other since November, so it'll be really nice.
Hey.
No, hi.
Oh god. I just found the first manga that I ever bought.
Oh my god.
Okay, no, okay, so the
It's so tiny. There's not that much between the two of us, age-wise.
There's like, on paper it looks like a year, but it's really kind of more like 2.
I love Demon Diary.
I only have 2 though. I never could find 1 or any of them after. Bearing in mind, I bought these when I was like 10. Because I saw that Waterstones had started doing, like, it was one of those ones where you weren't old enough to be allowed to go into like town on your own, but I was allowed to go like around the local shopping mall with like a friend, so I was like hitting up Waterstones, and then this, which I, for the life of me, cannot remember what it was about. So it's like I've got all these brand new books. I've got this bad boy, but again, I don't think I ever got any of the other ones in.
You were just like, what's this? It's got manga, I'm having it.
Yeah, that was literally it. I was like, I'll have a bit of space.
2 seconds, my mum's ringing me.
Oh.
Awkward.
I'm in trouble. So yeah, they were Baby's first manga.
I've never heard of any of them.
In fairness, I think very few people will have. RG Veda's probably the most popular out of them, and like Demon Diary, I feel like quite a few people will have seen, but I may have possibly been the only person who bought this.
Demon Diary is manhwa rather than manga.
Yeah, because it's Korean. Because that gets the bejesus out of me, because it went the same way as like Western books did, and I was like, but they all go the other way around, apart from this one. Yeah, Baby Luke was well confused. Not that it takes much.
That's my PhD with Sarah's Baby first manga was because it went left to right and I was less confused. Alicia is also with me on. They've never seen any of them. Thank you, Alicia. She's also a baby, she doesn't count.
Oh, this one, Debbie. I've got a feeling Debbie will probably be the one, and maybe Sarah will recognise.
Yes! Kushika Yugi. What? But yeah, I recognise it, yeah. I did start reading it, but I preferred Inuyasha, I'll be honest.
Oh no! See, I couldn't get into Inuyasha. I was all about these alternate universe dudes.
Not a clue.
Yes, because again, you were not here. You weren't on the front lines with the rest of us.
Yeah, man.
There's also an obscene amount of low-quality yaoi.
No one's surprised.
My first yaoi was fake. Fake is good, to be fair. I forgot it. Yeah, it was when my mum found me buying like gay manga, and she's like questioning you, why? And I'm just like,
Why?
That picture up there is my mum questioning me this time. So she was confused. I was just like, oh, you know, like, all these heterosexual stories are all the same, it's just a bit boring, this is just a bit more. Yes, that is. That's I need to get you to watch it. I love it. I used to be really into Cardcaptor Sakura, if that helps. I mean, it's got a lot of the same characters in. It's just Sakura was my alternate dimension Sakura.
Yeah.
Cardcaptor Sakura was the first anime I watched all the way through.
My first anime was Bleach, and then Black Butler, and then descended into Gay Panic with Strawberry Panic and Love Stage. I went for a real steep curve. Real steep.